Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're tackling a really powerful tool for achieving peak performance, something that can give you, whether you're leading a team, coaching athletes, or just pushing your own limits, a significant edge.
Yeah, we're diving into bright lines, a concept really championed by Coach Ed Padalecki.
Exactly. And this isn't about, wishful thinking or vague goals.
Not at all. We're talking about setting clear, non-negotiable rules for yourself. It's moving past just intending to do better.
Right. It's about creating concrete boundaries that actually drive consistent action.
And Coach Padalecki's seen it work firsthand, plus psychological research backs it up. It's super effective for building new habits and, importantly, breaking old ones.
Okay, so in this deep dive, we're going to define what these bright lines really are.
We'll look at some real-world examples from Coach P's work with high performers.
Discuss how you, listening right now, can start using this immediately in your own life.
And we'll unpack the psychology, why these bright lines actually work so well for, business leaders, coaches, athletes.
Our mission today is pretty straightforward then.
Yeah, give you a practical handle on bright lines so you can implement them and see real improvements in performance and self-discipline.
Okay, let's get right into it. What exactly makes a line bright? Coach Padalecki draws a really sharp contrast here, doesn't he?
He really does. It's the difference between something fuzzy like, I want to be more productive, which, leaves tons of room to wiggle out.
Or procrastinate.
Exactly. Versus a bright line like, I will work on my top priority task for 90 minutes every workday morning, 0 interruptions. It's unmistakable.
And that clarity seems key, right? Especially for building new habits or ditching bad ones. Why is that level of clarity so crucial for the high performers listening?
Well, Coach Padalecki's experience and habit research, right? It's this endless debate with yourself. And when does that debate usually happen? When you're tired, stressed?
When your willpower is already low.
Precisely. And that debate almost always favors short-term comfort over your long-term strategic goals. A bright line just cuts through all that negotiation.
Okay, let's make this concrete. Coach Padalecki shares a pretty relatable story from his early days as an investment manager, right? When staying sharp was crucial.
He does. Talks about job demands leading to, neglecting his health, gaining some weight, feeling like he wasn't operating at his best. He needed a change to keep that energy and focus up.
And his first attempt sounds familiar. Trying to cut back on Whataburger. His plan was just eat Whataburger less often.
Yep, that classic fuzzy intention. And Coach P says every busy day, every late night, the bargaining started. Maybe just a quick meal or too tired to cook.
And those justifications usually won out.
Predictably, yeah. Especially on those days, he really needed to be at his peak, mentally and physically.
The exact days when clarity and energy matter most for anyone in a demanding role. So what was the bright line that finally worked?
It was super direct. No wiggle room.
Yeah.
No Whataburger until I reach my target weight. Period.
No exceptions for stress, no celebrations, just a clear boundary.
Exactly.
And he admits he wasn't perfect, right? He slipped up a couple of times.
He did. But here's the crucial difference. When he slipped with the bright line in place, it was an immediate, undeniable violation of his own rule.
So it wasn't just a vague feeling of overdoing it.
No, it was crossing a clear line he'd set for himself. That immediate awareness, that unambiguous oops, that's what helped him correct course and make the habit stick.
And he didn't just stop there, right? He applied this bright line thinking elsewhere.
Oh, yeah. To other common productivity killers many of us face, like getting sucked into non-work apps during work hours.
Or diving down the ESPN rabbit hole.
Right. And even that habit of checking the phone in bed, messing with sleep, critical for recovery, which is huge for performance in any field.
So the big takeaway here for everyone listening is that fuzzy boundaries often lead to more failures.
While those really clear, bright lines dramatically boost your chances of success, it's about setting that mental clarity up front.
So you're not constantly burning through willpower, making the same decision over and over.
Especially when you're drained after a tough day. It lines up with behavioral economics, too, this idea of reducing decision fatigue.
Oh, great framework. Now, for our audience, the driven professionals, coaches, athletes, how do they actually start using this? Let's get practical.
Absolutely. Okay, right now, think. What's one specific habit, one behavior that you know is holding you back from your key goals in business, coaching, athletics? Be honest.
Maybe it's inconsistent client follow-up, skipping professional development, not sticking to your nutrition plan.
Whatever it is for you.
Yeah.
Now ask yourself, echoing Coach P, how clear are your boundaries around that habit right now? Are they firm or more like suggestions?
I should probably check emails less often.
Or is it a bright line, like, I only check and process email 3 times a day, 9 a.m., 12 p.m., and 4 p.m.? See the difference?
Big difference. The first one is all negotiation. The second is an instruction.
Precisely. Bright lines automate the choice when temptation hits. We talked about how those in-the-moment debates usually favor instant gratification.
Right.
But if the line is clear, no social media during work blocks or complete my recovery routine every night, the decision's already made. Less mental friction.
So let's dig into the why. What are the psychological reasons these bright lines are so effective for driving change and boosting performance?
Okay, several key things. First, like we touched on, they simplify choices. Setting these predefined rules cuts down hugely on the mental energy spent deciding things all day long.
Conserving that cognitive bandwidth.
Exactly. Think of it like mental energy. Bright lines save that energy for the big stuff: strategy, problem-solving, focused training, whatever your field demands. It reduces that decision fatigue.
That alone sounds invaluable for high performers. What else?
Second, it builds self-trust. Every single time you stick to your bright line, it reinforces your belief that you can follow through. You're building proof for yourself.
Like creating a positive track record with yourself. I said I'd do this and I did.
Exactly right. And that builds discipline, that sense of personal reliability, which leads straight to the third benefit: creating momentum.
The positive feedback loop.
Yeah. Success, even small, consistent success in holding those lines, feels good. It strengthens your resolve, makes it easier next time, and might even inspire you to set other bright lines.
Okay, so we've defined them, seen examples via Coach Padalecki, talked application, explored the psyche behind it. Time for the challenge, right? A call to action for our listeners.
Absolutely. Here it is. Step 1. Identify one specific habit honestly undermining your best efforts. Professional life, personal life. What's holding you back from your full potential? Be real with yourself.
Once you've got it, step 2, define your bright line. Make it crystal clear, unambiguous. No gray areas, no room for debate when the choice comes.
And finally, step 3. Commit to sticking to it. Know that you might slip up, especially at first. That's normal.
But don't see slips as failure.
No. See them as learning opportunities. Reinforce your resolve. Strengthen that line. Every time you choose to honor that line, you're building powerful momentum. Like for a coach struggling with film review, the line could be Mondays and Wednesdays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. is dedicated game film analysis. No interruptions.
Perfect example. So, wrapping this up for everyone listening, whether you want more business efficiency, better coaching impact, or consistent training gains, remember this. Peak performance often isn't about huge leaps.
It's usually built on those small, super clear commitments, the bright lines that you stick to day in and day out.
And consistently honoring those lines generates that vital momentum. That's the engine for real, lasting transformation.
Totally.
So here's a final thought to take with you. Think about all the areas of your life, your business, your coaching, your training. Where could the absolute clarity of a bright line make the biggest difference?
What's one, maybe two key bright lines that if you set them clearly and stuck to them, could truly reshape your habits and launch you toward those big goals you're working so hard for?
Something definitely worth reflecting on.
To our listeners, thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We hope this gives you some food for thought as you continue on your journey.